Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm excited to have my friend Sarah Grace back. We're trying something a little different tonight. I'm broadcasting here on Facebook and on YouTube. So you guys got to go like my YouTube channel now too. I'm just taking over this thing, man. I'm trying to figure out all the ins and outs and all those crazy things those kids are doing these days. You know, those crazy kids. All right. Well, hey. Hope everybody's doing all right. We've had quite the eventful day here in Minnesota. We just found out our state's going to be shut down again. Yes! Here we go again. You guys are stuck with me doing this for a little while longer. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing great. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm going to go ahead and start this off here. Let's go. She's holding on to memories, yeah. There's no letting go tonight. I wonder if she'll set them free, yeah. If I told her what I feel inside, I'm standing at the crossroads. My heart is in her hands. Do I tell her that I want her? Baby, will she understand? I cannot keep on thinking, maybe what will be when all I've ever wanted is right in front of me. No. Well, a broken heart needs healing, yes it does. And she longs room to grow. Well, I can't fight this feeling, no. I can't fight this feeling. I've got to let her in. No. I'm standing at the crossroads. My heart is in her hands. Do I tell her that I love her? Are we better off as friends? I cannot keep on living in this world of make-believe when all I've ever wanted, babe, is right in front of me. If I could take her pain away, yeah, maybe wipe all those tears away. Maybe then, Lord, maybe then she'll see all the love she'll ever need, and everything is waiting here with me. Yeah. Waiting here with me. I'm standing at the crossroads. My heart is in her hands. Do I tell her that I love her? Will she understand? Hell, can I keep on thinking, baby, what will be, yeah, when all I've ever wanted now? All I've ever needed, yeah, all I've ever needed, yeah, all I've ever wanted, babe, is right in front of me. Right in front of me. Yeah, I can't fight this feeling, no. Hey, yeah. All right. All I've ever wanted. Let me go ahead and get Sarah Grace on here. Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi.
Hey.
How's it going?
Pretty good. I let my dog in. Oh my gosh, no, Rue, don't bark.
It's okay.
Well, my dog, she's my audience tonight.
That's awesome. I just got my dog from doggy daycare. He had a day today. He had a dog day today.
Let me go get her.
You go get her.
I'll be right back. Would you mind taking me out real quick?
I'm gonna take you out real quick.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. All right. She's adorable. She's so sweet. You can't get mad at that. Anyway, hey, check this out. We're on YouTube as well as here on Facebook. I'm also asking all of you to check out our brand new Patreon page at www.patreon.com/kvapproach. Yes, exclusive content and exclusive merchandise coming very, 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 very soon within the matter of days. So go check that out. Become a patron because that's the only way you're going to get that stuff. And I think she's back. There she is.
I'm back.
Hello.
I lost my audience, but that's okay.
Aw. Yeah. So tell me about your dog. What kind of dog?
I have a pug. She's adorable. Her name's Rue. I actually have two pugs. Mine is Rue, and Reagan's, my sister, is her, well, Reagan is not a dog. Reagan, my human sister and drummer, her dog is Perry, and they're both 10, but Perry acts like he's 85, and Rue acts like she's 5, and so she's the one that was just barking very energetically. Yes.
Rue and Perry.
Mm-hmm.
Rue and Perry.
Very
and
cute.
Reagan, the sister, just so everybody knows.
The human sister.
The human sister. She's awesome, and I think I've told this story before about your sister. When I met you guys out in Memphis, I think your sister, she was 13? I think that's what it was, because you were 15, if I remember correctly. Is that right?
So.
15?
Oh,
16,
I think I
15? Was she 12?
Maybe? I think I was 13, and I think she was 11.
No.
Because
really?
that was the last time I went, other than like after I did the show.
You would have been because you're 18 now, and it wasn't that long ago. So maybe
What? I'm pretty sure it was 5 years. 5 years ago, because I went in 8th grade. That was 5 years ago.
I don't believe you.
I went in 6th grade and 8th grade. Pretty sure I met you then. I don't know. No, I did, because I met you the same year that I met Amanda Gresham with United by Music North America.
Good. Okay.
And that was my 8th grade year.
Man, the years are just kind of blending together. So she was 11?
Yeah. Baby. She's a baby.
So this makes the story even cooler, but your sister, you guys got done playing a show, and I'm seeing your sister tearing down like a mad woman. And I'm like looking at her like, what is going on? She is hauling out of here. And she's like, I got another gig. At 11, like she's like gigging and she's like going and playing. Like I mean, she's 11, and it wasn't with kids. It was like with grown ass men.
Yep.
I was just like, God,
I know.
kids, they're so talented. You're so talented.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know Sarah Grace, Tell everybody about yourself in a nutshell, other than the fact that
elevator pitch.
Yeah, I want the elevator pitch
right.
from you, because you're awesome at this. I like this.
All right, here we go. Okay, so I haven't done one of these in a while.
Okay.
So it's a little, I don't know if it's up to date, but here we go. So, well, I have done a lot of these because I just finished applying for college. So, but those are more not elevator pitches. Those are like stuck waiting for a train to go by pitches.
Sure.
So we got a little more time for this, but. So I am a singer and an instrumentalist. I play keys and trumpet. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I have a band called Sarah Grace and the Soul, and we went on a national tour last year. We were supposed to go on another one this year. Obviously, that didn't happen, but that's okay. And so, yeah, so I did that national tour last year, and I got to come see so many people from so many places. It was so amazing and such an unforgettable experience. And right before that, I was a semifinalist on The Voice, and that's where most people, if they know me, that's where most people know me from. So I have a lot of original music that I've been playing at my shows. I haven't been able to release it yet because I was supposed to record the week of March, 15th. So that was a terrible week to want to do anything. So I never got to do that, but someday I'll have music out.
Yes. I know a guitar player. I know a guitar player. He's okay. He's okay, this guy. Anyway, I want to talk to you. I want to hang out. I want to spend some time, but I also want to hear some music. Can we hear a song from you?
Yes.
Fantastic. Everybody, this is my friend Sarah Grace. I'm so happy to have her back. All right. Go ahead, take it away. All
right, perfect. Normally I do original music, but I wanted to do a song that I just really love and that I've been listening to a lot lately. This is a Nora Jones tune. It's called Don't Know Why. Hope y'all like it. Waited till I saw the sun. Don't know why I didn't come. Left you by the house of fun. Don't know why I didn't come. Don't know why I didn't come. When I saw the break of day, wish that I could fly away instead of kneeling in the sand, catching teardrops in my hand. My heart is drenched in wine. You'll be on my mind forever. Out across the endless sea, I would die in ecstasy, but I will be a bag of bones driving down the road alone. My heart is drenched in wine. But you'll be on my mind forever. Something has to make you run. Don't know why I didn't come. I feel as empty as a drum. Don't know why I didn't come. Don't know why I didn't come. Don't know why I didn't come.
Man, I have always loved that song. I think I like your version the best, and I'm not just saying that. Like that's
Thank you.
like I mean that full on. I love that. That was fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I like that. It was like slower, and you know, you got that very genuine, heartfelt thing that you do so well.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. But I have to ask you, where did you come about playing the music that you do, listening to the music that you do? I mean, you're 18, okay? And I am
Freshly 18.
freshly 18. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. You're 18, so I guess what I'm trying to find out is, I mean, chances are, you know, people your age aren't really listening to a lot of blues, a lot of soul, Nora Jones.
Love her.
Where did you get your I don't know, your taste in music?
So my parents always listened to artists like Prince and Train and Dave Matthews and all those like legendary dudes, and Robert O'Keefe, who's a Texas like songwriter.
Absolutely.
And so I grew up listening to those artists, and I was like, Dad, can you play a girl, please? And forever it was just like that was just what I listened to. And then once I wanted to listen to girls, I was like listening to Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus and like Taylor Swift and all the girls who were popular amongst kids my age. But I didn't like it as much as I loved the music that my parents were listening to. Not because they were girls, but because they were not the like girls in the genre that I love. Although Taylor Swift is a queen. So I found like in my search for some female artists in that genre that I'd always grown up listening to, I found artists like Susan Tedeschi and Grace Potter and Rachel Price from Lake Street Dive and Sarah Bareilles. Sarah Bareilles is my favorite artist in the world, and I can play a Sarah Bareilles song in a minute. And Nora Jones, and just all of these artists that I completely identified with. I grew up thinking, so I loved singing, but I grew up thinking that singing was like not a talent because it was like I was born with it, and so therefore like I didn't learn it, so I didn't put work into it. That's completely garbage. I've realized like singing is so much work. Like I've learned so much about my voice, and I've put so much time, effort, and studying into music and singing specifically. So little me was a little incorrect about that, but it led to some good things. It led to me playing instruments. So, and also just since I had been listening to Prince and Train, I wanted to sing their songs, and they were not in keys that were conducive to a 12-year-old girl. Well, actually, I was 8 when I started playing guitar, and so I was like, I'm going to learn guitar so I can transpose these songs. And so, although I didn't really know what transposing was, but I knew that if I played the song, I could move it around.
Sure.
I'm not sure how I knew that, but I did. And so I decided I would learn guitar because my school was offering a guitar class. So I took guitar, and then I got a capo, and it was the best day ever. And then I switched to piano just because my guitar teacher also taught other students piano, and I would have my guitar in the room, and I'd be like, you know what? I'd really like to play those 88 buttons right there because I was like 10, and buttons are very appealing to 10-year-olds. Just, it's the best. The easy button, best thing ever. I mean, my parents thought it was the worst thing ever, but I thought the easy button was so cool. Instead of an easy button, I got 88 of them.
Wow.
I got a piano, and I started learning to play it. It was a very cheap Casio Privia, and the G key got stuck after not very long. And G's pretty common when you're beginning.
Yes.
So that was fun.
and even when you're not beginning.
Right. No, facts. Seriously. But when you are, it's like G.
Right.
And it's like all I wanted to play was a G, and I was so sad. But it's fine. So then I upgraded, and like, But that's how I got into music, and I guess that's how I developed my taste, was just listening to my parents' music and then wanting to find some women. And also, I attended like some music camps around Houston, and there was one in Galveston that was free, and it was a blues camp. And so I was like, why not? It's free. So I went there, and that's when I discovered the blues, and that's how I got into the International Blues Challenges, and I got involved with the Houston Blues Society, and that really influenced me as an artist, just because learning that you can make a song out of just 3 chords in it, and it's okay. You don't have to have a million chords. Sometimes simple's better. Most of the time, simple's better.
Yes.
And so just learning that music is there to serve the art, and like the chords are there to serve the message of the song, not necessarily like the message is there to accommodate how many chords I want to put in a song. And so I became a much better songwriter too.
So with that said, are you still playing guitar at all? Do you dabble in it at all? No?
At the beginning of quarantine, I was like, I'm gonna learn guitar. No, it hurts my fingers. I don't like it. It is not my thing. I and my friend today, we were sitting on the terrace at my school. We have this beautiful 5-story building in the middle of downtown Houston, and just the weather in Houston is so nice. I was sitting outside in this short sleeve T-shirt,
As
and
I'm
I was
here in
hot.
my
Like I was
sweatshirt.
hot. Yeah, No, I was hot in my short sleeve shirt. And my friend was playing guitar because she goes to school for jazz guitar, and she was just sitting there playing, and I was like, I'm so jealous of you. But no, I just guitar is not for me.
Are you
I do love
familiar?
it though.
Are you familiar with Bill Champlin at all?
I don't think so.
So Bill Champlin had a band back in the Bay Area in the 70s called Sons of Champlin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 70s and 80s, and then he ended up becoming a member of the band Chicago for a long time. And Bill was kind of like the multi-instrumentalist. He did a ton of keys in B3, and his voice is just outrageous. But I remember having a conversation with him once, and he had told me, he's like, so you're a guitar player. Do you play piano? And I was like, no. He's like, you totally should, because if you learn how to play piano, it makes the guitar that much easier. And I figured, like, because you're you and you're ridiculously talented on, your instruments, that, chances are you might take a stab at that, and knowing you're going to be fantastic at it. 'Cause, again, that's just who you are and what you do. So I had to ask. How? So today, you and I were talking a little bit, and I believe the last time,
excited.
yeah, you and I, we had talked a little bit, and I was, I was asking you, like, the last time that you were on here, it must have been, oh gosh, maybe April or May, right in
It
there.
was a long time ago.
So the reason why I'm asking is our governor just shut down our state again because this coronavirus is ridiculous. And, one of the coolest things about you is the fact that you know what you want to do. You have this career path right in front of you. And although you're a senior in high school, you are a very accomplished musician. You're a touring musician. And even this, although you're freshly 18, as you put it, you have been sidelined, as we all have, by this coronavirus. But you're also living in Texas. You're doing the school thing. What's life for you like in Texas right now? Is your state like opened up, or is it shut down? And, second part is, what are you doing musically? Are you able to gig? Are you, what's the lay of the land there for you?
So it's pretty mixed. As a state, we are open. I mean, at least the counties have the option to be open. I live in Harris County, and so that's Houston. And so we're in a big city. So a lot of the decisions that are being made lean left, and so therefore, like, we're not as open as a lot of areas in Texas are, which is unfortunate, but that's whatever. It is what it is. And so I know, like, one of my favorite venues is a bar, and so they don't serve food. And so in order to be open in Houston, you have to you have to make a certain percentage of your income from food in order to be open. And so they can't open up, even though other venues that I play that do serve food can open up, even if it's the same exact thing. People will be sitting in the bar, distanced and all that jazz, watching me play a show, whereas and it's the same exact thing, just a different venue where they don't serve food. And so there are some things that are happening like that are not cool. But other than that, Texas is pretty okay right now. I'm going to school, which is amazing. I was absolutely not making it through online school. I've always been a great student in my life. I have cared about school. I've loved my education. I have loved my teachers and my fellow students, and I've always had a passion for learning and gaining knowledge and having the interactions and the professionalism that school develops.
That's awesome.
And so not having school for 8 months was really hard on me because it is something that I care about so deeply.
So did you do the distance learning?
Yes, we all had to. Everyone in the country had to.
Okay.
So I did. In the spring, we had emergency distance learning, which was okay. I had one class per week. You know what I mean? Like, my Spanish class met once a week.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And so I actually want to learn to speak Spanish, so I'm in AP Spanish this year. And so only meeting once per week was really lame for me. And then and same for my other classes. Like I was in AP classes, so I was trying to prepare for the AP test, and I was only meeting once for those classes. But I do applaud my school for making some classes work. So I do appreciate that emergency effort. But then in this fall, we had a 6-week cycle where everyone was online, so there was no option to come back in person. And that we had a normal schedule, but we've done what's called asynchronous learning, and so that's where our teachers give us assignments, but we don't meet for class. And so I am being given assignments, but I'm not actually being taught. And well, I am now, but when that was happening, there were days where I would go without being taught, and I was like, I don't like this. Like, this is not why I go to school. I want my teachers to show up for me and show me that they care about my education, because I care about my education. And I am really lucky to be a senior who's already learned to read. I've already learned to write, and I've already developed my passions. I cannot imagine being a kindergartner and not going to school right now and never learning to, like, you're not being handed paper from your teachers and told how to write on a piece of paper. How are children going to learn to read and write and talk to each other? It's so important that people talk to each other.
I guess I've never really thought of that, but that's amazing that that's something that you know, is so important to you. I hear the passion in your voice, and it's just like, man, yeah, I guess I've never thought about that.
It's been absolutely painful for me to see children going through this. I wanted to be a teacher when I was younger. I know that, like, doing online school has been hard enough for me, and I can read. I can use a computer. I know how to log on to my classes and see, this is a schedule. Here's my math class. It's at this time. But if I was 6 and I didn't know, like, how to read a schedule, I couldn't log in to my classes. And so you can't let these 6-year-olds just, we're leaving them behind, and it breaks my heart. It really does. And like when I was in 6th grade and going into band, I made the choice to play trumpet, and I wouldn't be learning to play trumpet right now if I was a 6th grader, and that changed my life. I learned trumpet, and then I went to my performing arts school where I was given the opportunity to be on The Voice, and that is a career path that I'm going down. I want to be an entertainment lawyer, which is something I was introduced to via The Voice, and that's just me. And there are students who depend on depend on high school football for college scholarships, or high school band for college scholarships.
Sure.
And we're not getting that right now. And so we're leaving behind the people. We are just widening the gap between the rich and the poor, because the people who can afford it will go to private school, and they'll be open, and they'll be in school receiving the education they deserve as students. Everyone deserves a education in person where they're talking to humans and they know that humans care about them. There were 40,000 students in my district who were not contacted since March. That's insanity. That's insanity. We don't even know if they're alive. And I mean, I'm sure they're alive. I'm sure they're fine. But like there's domestic abuse. There's so many things that could be happening inside those homes that we don't know about unless if we're seeing children in our building every day. And so I think it is an absolute travesty that education has been considered non-essential during this, because education is something that we cannot give up.
I am floored at your passion and like how deep this, you can totally tell, just how much this means to you. And I'll be honest with you, these are certainly things that I haven't really thought about, probably because I haven't been in school for, too long. But but the thing is I mean, I applaud you because you do know your path. I applaud you because, you have such an incredible head on your shoulders.
Thank you.
This is one of the, so I've always said about you that you are an incredible musician, and I believe, that you are going to be moving mountains. I believe that you are, leading this younger generation into musicality, music in general, that you're bringing real music back and real musicianship back, and that's so important. But to have you so serious and so passionate about education, which is so important, even back in the day when I didn't think it was all that important, I look back now and I go, man, no, it really was that important. and to know that you have that fire in you about education. Man, I'm so proud of you.
Thank
I
you.
am so damn proud of you. What an amazing
you.
person. I'm going to play a song and we're going to get back into this. But God, thank you for that. Thank you for what a wake up call. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. Ah,
I've always
everybody.
wanted to use my voice to advocate for people who need it, and that's why I want to be a lawyer. So I think right now is the time to do that. So thank you for giving me the opportunity and for listening.
Wow. Anytime. Anytime. Well, it's not just me that you're talking to. And that's the nice thing. So I think that it's not just me that did the double take. I think you got several on here that are just going, are you kidding me? Wow.
It's
that
real.
was so powerful. Thank you for
you.
that. All right, everybody, that's Sarah Grace. Wow. I just feel wrong now. I just feel wrong about playing music after that. Oh, God, we got to do so much more, don't we? All right. Well, I am going to do or attempt to do a new song. Let's see. I've been writing lately. It's been a thing. So let's see if let's see what I can do here. She can run from her feelings. There's no place to hide. Give her time to remember our love's still alive. You can hold her tight, whisper everything's alright. She'll be back someday. She won't leave you, yeah, that's fair to say. Now she's chasing sunsets and I'm here all alone. Minneapolis skyline lead her home. I will be here waiting, even though the road is long. Minneapolis skyline, I'll lead her home. There's pain in the distance, but I know she'll see everything she desires. Is waiting here with me, so don't fool yourself. Maybe from someone else. She just don't love you, yeah. Oh, don't fantasize, feel her here with all your lies now. Don't break her heart in two now. Now she's out there waiting, and I'm here all alone. Minneapolis skyline lead her home. Now she's chasing sunsets, and I know the road is long. Minneapolis skyline, I'll lead her home. Yeah, yeah. Now she's chasing sunsets, and I'm here all alone. Minneapolis skyline lead her home. I will be here waiting, leader, oh. Leader, oh. Still got to work on that one, for sure. Anyway, let's go ahead and bring Sarah Grace back. Man,
That was awesome.
See
I
what
like
you
that.
did there, man? You got me all nervous. And I'm like, oh.
I thought it was great.
Oh.
I love your voice. Oh my gosh.
My gosh, you.
Listen to you all day.
Likewise. Likewise. I mean, it was funny because I have the opportunity, right, to go live, or before we go live, to do a little sound check and whatnot. And she's playing, and I just didn't want her to stop. I was just, that sounds great, man. Keep going. And in all actuality, like, we were done with the sound check. It's just I wanted to listen to you play some more because you're so good. So,
Thank you.
yeah. Have you been working on new music? Have you been writing at all?
Oh yeah, I've been writing tons of stuff. I can play you something that I just wrote. If I remember it. Yeah, I've been writing so much this summer. I didn't have much time to write last summer because I was so busy with traveling.
Yeah,
but this
you're on
summer,
the road.
Yeah, but this summer that's been something that has been a blessing. Is I've had so much time to sit and think about things and bake. I've baked and I've written songs, and so I've had a lot of fun doing that. And I've had some new experiences this summer that have definitely influenced my songwriting. So that's been fun.
Oh, I'd love to hear about it. Go ahead and do a tune, and we'll talk
All
about
right.
that. All right?
Let me
Everybody, that's Sarah Grace.
get my lyrics up. All right. Well, I have a couple new ones that I can do. Well, actually, so none of these are finished, but I'm going to do this for y'all. This song I wrote about someone that I spent a lot of time with this summer, and I quit spending time with them, but I was still kind of like, having those niceties, the like, how are you doing? And it was more painful than it was worth. And I realized that I don't really enjoy when people live on my periphery. I either want people in my life, because I do everything fully. Like, I cannot halfway love a person or halfway disdain a person, although that is true. And so I wrote this song called Periphery. I hope y'all like it. On the periphery, can you see me? 'Cause I'm gone looking for you. On the periphery, the side for it's real. I don't know what to feel. I've given up on a deal and a rest. I'm going round in circles searching, just trying to stop the hurting. Just come a little closer, darling. You have to stop your garden so I can see who you are to me. You're on the edge of my view now, in the corners of my heart. You're gonna have to come in closer. Gonna have to keep reminding me that you won't be on my periphery. my periphery. If you let me go, I'm gone. Baby, I will move on. With you, I don't belong. Going round in circles, searching, just trying to stop the hurting. Just come a little closer, darling. You're gonna have to stop your garden so I can see that you won't be. You're on the edge of my view now, in the corners of my heart. You're gonna have to lose those blinders. You're gonna have to keep reminding me that you won't be on my periphery. So that's that one.
That's a beautiful tune.
Thank you. I just wrote it. So it's not finished by any means, but I don't know. I was like, I've never played that for anyone before. So
Well, now you have. And that's
Yeah.
a great song.
thank you.
Yeah, you're also quite the lyricist too.
Thank you.
Where does that come from?
I don't know, because when I was little, I was like, I hate writing lyrics. Like, and by little, I mean 14, you know? So only like 4 years ago. I haven't really been writing songs for that long, but I had some really bad lyrics before, and I'm still working on. I would like to tell more stories in my songs, because right now they're just like my stories. But I would like to do some narrative work, you know.
Sure.
So I'm working on that. But yeah. So most of the songs that I've written so far are about my own experiences, which, you know, that's how it goes. I have a couple songs that I wrote about things that I've observed from like other people's stories, which those are important too. I love those songs when I hear people's songs about other, like, you know, because they're so unique. And when every musician tells their story, a lot of us have the same stories, which is funny. But we're all very similar, like mushy, gushy people. Like, we feel things when we feel them.
Yes, we
And
do.
so that's why I love listening to songwriters. But it's so nice to hear people tell other people's stories sometimes, you know?
Well, what's interesting though, with you saying that,
Mm-hmm.
listening to that last tune, for example, I think that, it's a lot of times writers write what they feel, their experiences, and obviously, like you said, we kind of feel things a little different.
Mm-hmm.
The pain is just a little bit more painful, and
Yeah.
the heartfelt stuff is a little bit more heartfelt. We wear our hearts on our sleeves usually. It's just a little different for artists, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but what's interesting is here you are saying I wanted to do more narrative work.
Mm-hmm.
But what's interesting is I believe that with that song in particular, it's so relatable that
Mm-hmm.
you have that knack of writing a song, and albeit it is your experience, I think it's very relatable, and people can say, well, yeah, she wrote that song, she tapped into exactly how I feel, or I know what she's talking about. That song speaks to me, or that song is like my life.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You have that. You have that, and I think
Thank you.
that's one of those things too that a lot of the great writers are able to accomplish. They, you latch onto that lyric or that story or whatever, and it's personal. It's a personal thing, and I guess really that's what we're trying to do, right? Is we're trying to be personal.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, we spend so much time dealing with our own emotions so that we can help others deal with theirs.
I
And I
like
think
that.
that's something that artists are really good at doing, is understanding exactly how they're feeling. And sometimes it understanding it makes it worse.
Right?
Makes the feelings more intense. And like writing about them makes the feelings worse in the moment, but
Oh,
it's so much better
man.
once you're like, I've got in and out. I understand it and stuff. We spend so much time perfectly crafting language to express such precise emotions that words by themselves really can't describe.
Right. So, I mean, you talking about God, what was the word that you used?
Periphery?
Yeah, well, periphery, but like you don't when you're all in, like you love all in, and when did you say disdain? Is that
Yeah.
is that the word that you use?
Yes.
When I disdain,
When I
I
have
can't do
disdain
it.
for someone.
I
Yep.
can't do it halfway. I gotta full
Really,
on
I
disdain.
can't. I can't.
No, that's awesome. But with that said, I mean, I go back to my experiences, and I'm sure that you can relate. It's so funny, and I bring this up only because you and I will probably get this, and maybe those that are watching or listening might not. So let's talk about. I'm assuming that that's about a relationship of sorts, and I remember several relationships that went very south. And I remember just being so heartbroken because I'm an artist. I feel things just a little deeper. I feel things, right?
We really do.
But then you got your friends and you got those people around you like, man, you just got to take that, man, and just write a song about it. It's like, you don't know what you're telling me to do. Like, you're telling me to just, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt like hell. This is going to hurt so bad. And this is like, you're telling me to kind of put myself through this, like I already feel horrible. And now I got to craft something about this hurt and go into that place again and have it just, build and,
relive it. You have to relive it. And you're like,
relive it. Oh, man.
I don't think I want to do that.
No. No.
No.
No. But then you actually write it and it's like,
I feel better now.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
are
sure.
you one who believes that the music is more important than the lyrics, or vice versa?
That's a really hard question because like I've learned about lyrics. I've really developed a love for lyrics in the past few years. I've latched on to artists like Josh Ritter and Adam Melcher and Sarah Bareilles. Yeah, and wait, do you know Josh Ritter?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love him. And like no one knows who he is, and I just love him so much.
Yeah.
He's my favorite lyricist, and like I've been reading just lyrics of songs to really understand them, and what gets me hooked on the song first is the melody and the chords and all that. But then what really puts a song over the top for me is whenever the lyrics are just hit home, And there's so many songs like that for Josh Ritter. So the reason that I fell in love with Josh Ritter, I went and saw one of his shows in LA. My manager scored tickets and I was like, sweet, I don't know who this guy is, but cool.
Okay.
We were at the show and we had to go too early, and I was really sad, but it's okay. And so I was watching his show, and he has definitely a singer-songwriter voice, and like I really look for voices whenever I'm listening to music. That's just something that's really important to me. And so I was like, he's cool. But then he played this song called The Temptation of Adam, and it was this beautiful narrative, and it was about people falling in love in World War III and like falling in love 300 feet under the ground, and it's just so like in a bunker, and it's so beautiful. It's just such a great song, and the lyrics blew my mind. And he did the song, he just performed it by himself on stage, and it just blew my mind, and I have not stopped listening to him since then. And same thing for a bunch of songs by Sarah Bareilles and Adam Melcher. And so lately lyrics have taken on a greater significance in my listening. I enjoy songs that I can engage with lyrically, probably more than music right now. But I do really think the music is super important, obviously.
Absolutely. Well, I know that you got to run pretty quickly here. So do you mind doing another tune?
Oh, yes.
And we'll talk a little bit more. We'll say our goodbyes. And
I wish I didn't have to go.
Oh, I know.
Calculus homework. It's really hard, too. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. Are you ever going to need calculus in life? Really?
Maybe. I don't know. I might go into business. I might go into international business.
Do you need algebra in life?
I don't know. What if they're... So I've always thought about that when I was little, because I was like, you know what? I'm never... Like, I can't stand science. And so I was so annoyed when I was learning physics. I'm like, I don't need physics. And then I was like, I'm not learning physics. Like, that's not what I'm in school to do. I'm in school to learn how to learn and to learn how to be with people and to deal with things that I don't really want to do, like learning physics. So once I started realizing that, I was like, cool, I can do this.
You're something else. You're something else. All right, you do it soon. I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, I don't know
Everybody,
what to do. What should I play?
oh, we'll play something good. Play one of yours. Let's do one
Play
of
one of
yours.
mine? All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna do
'cause
one of mine.
All right, all right. Everybody, this is Sarah Grace. If you like what you're hearing, by all means, check out the Patreon page as well as the virtual tip jar. That always helps out a whole lot. And again, here you go.
Hi guys. I'm trying to decide what song I'm gonna do. Let's see. Normally I choose before I get on here, but you know what? There's this song that I wrote towards the beginning of this year, and I wrote it about when you're not sure how someone feels about you, and you're just like, I can't get a read on you. I can't get a read on your read on me, and I think this song's really fun because I've heard that Wisconsin and Minnesota are similar. Because I played this song in Wisconsin earlier this summer, and I talked about how the weather in Texas changes every 5 minutes. And so I wrote this song relating how I couldn't tell how a person felt about me to how I can't tell how Texas is going to be. And so I've heard that weather in Wisconsin and Minnesota is like that as well. And I'm assuming a lot of y'all are around there. So this song is called Texas Weather. I hope y'all like it. It's also what I submitted for a lot of my audition tapes for college. So my mood changes like the Texas weather as we drive through the state. Are we hot? Are we cold? Are we a go? I need to know. My feet up on the dash. You're driving way too fast. I'm not afraid of what I will say can scare you away. My skin burning in the Texas sun. What have I done? Are we doing this now? Are we playing this out? Won't you just let me know? Won't you let me go? Are we hot? Are we cold? Are we a go? I need to know. Oh, what do if this thing's a go? When I fall down, I fall hard for you. Can't get back up, stuck on this love, happy enough. When you're laughing, I'm thinking, can't help myself, wish I could tell you're staying. Won't you just let me know? Won't you let me go? Are we hot? Are we cold? Are we a go? I need to know. Oh, what do if this thing's a go? You're my Texas weather. You're my southern treasure. More of the same. Can't feel the rain, so follow me. You're my endless desert. You're my skies are forever. Won't you let me go? Are we hot? Are we cold? Are we a gold? I need to know. Oh, what do if this thing's a go?
Wow, there you go. Yeah.
Thank you.
Love that.
Thank you
Oh,
so
for
much.
Sure. Oh man, I hate the fact that we gotta call it an evening because you got calculus. But man, if there's anybody out there that has just a youngster, I'm just gonna say youngster because it could be anything from, from grade school age up to high school up to college. I want you to take a look back at this particular show. I want you to hear what she had said earlier about education. And I want you guys to recognize his face. I want you to recognize this person because she is somebody that I would be proud to know that somebody was modeling their life after. They look up to her as a role model because she is one of the good ones.
Thank
Great
you so
head on your
much.
shoulders, man. I am so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. And
Thank
you
you,
and I
Ken.
definitely gotta be in touch and
Oh,
yes. So just everybody, she's got to do some calculus now.
I gotta go calculate some second derivatives.
Man, that's Metamucil. Yeah. So you guys, this is my friend Sarah Grace. I'm so happy to have her on here. Everybody, go check her out. Where can people find you?
You can check out my website at www.sarahgraceandthesoul.com. That's my band name. You can also check out my Instagram at Sarah Grace and the Soul and my Facebook at Sarah Grace and the Soul. And then also my Twitter is at SG and the Soul. So if you'd like to hear my random thoughts, that is what Twitter is for. And if you would like to follow any of the other... Oh, and I have a YouTube too, and that's Sarah Grace and the Soul. So yeah, so if y'all would like to follow me, listen to some of my music, I love playing music for people. So
That's so awesome. Well, let's talk just a little bit when we get off of here because I have a question for you. But aside from that, everybody go check out her music, go check out her pages, and again, go check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/KV Approach, and of course, the virtual tip jar helps out a lot. Keeps the wheels on this bus moving.
yes,
And
please.
gets people like Sarah Grace on this show and helps them out because, yeah, here we are, shut down again. So, we're
Artists
trying.
need y'all, and we all need art. We do.
Yeah, you take it from her, man. She's the one that has to do the calculus. She knows. She knows. Anyway, y'all, be good to each other. Take care of one another. We'll see you guys next time out. I should be playing on Saturday doing the solo thing, but if not, be looking out for us. I'm trying to figure out next week only because Thanksgiving is coming up. So I'm trying to take that into consideration. But I'm imagining that we will go ahead and do a show next week, and I will let you guys know who the guest will be. So there you go. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.